In this video, we're going to show you how to set up a custom white label domain so that when you are sending a report to your client and they view it, that report is actually hosted on a domain or subdomain that you choose rather than the default, which is mycustomreport.com. One note about this feature is that it is a PixelScout Pro upgrade feature only, and you will not see this option if you do not have a Pro account. However, if you would like to get a Pro account, log into your software, and in the top menu bar, you will see a link to purchase the Pro upgrade so that you can have custom white label domains. So in order to set this up, you would click on settings and then you would go to white labeling and click on add a new domain. Now, if you are going to use a domain where you're already hosting something on the home page, we highly suggest that you instead use a subdomain. But if you have a domain specific for hosting reports with PixelScout, then it's fine to use that domain instead. So in this example, I'm going to set up with my domain Herc Magnus. And since I have a blog already installed there, we're going to have to set up a subdomain. So what I'm going to choose is just something simple as r.hercmagnus.com. Now you can use anything you want for your domain or your subdomain. So what you do is once you create it, I'm going to copy that and then I'm going to show you how to set up the A record in cPanel. And we're going to search this time for zone and we're looking for zone editor. Now what we're going to need to do is add an A record to hercmagnus.com. So I'm going to click on A record. I'm going to insert the entire subdomain that I would like that A record to be created for, and I'm going to point it to the IP address from the instructions inside of PixelScout. So I'll go back to my zone editor, add the IP address, and then click on add an A record. I will see a success message, but at this point, if you do see a failure message, you will have to open a support ticket with your hosting company because we have no control over what happens on your web host. Once those steps are done, you can go back to PixelScout and click the blue button that says I've finished setting up DNS. And what will happen is you will see your domain will be added and you will see these two buttons. Now, they might be green, they might be red. The first one that you need to turn green in order to move forward is the DNS. If the DNS turns green, that means that our system has successfully seen the A record that you created in the previous steps. If it's red, you may have to wait for that to propagate around the world, which sometimes can take up to 12 to 24 hours, but typically it's going to be very quick, just like you saw here. It was actually instant. Okay. Then the next step you're going to want to do is install an SSL for this subdomain, and to do that, you just need to click the blue button and then click on OK. And now what is happening is it's installing a SSL certificate for that subdomain, and it takes a few seconds. But once it's done, a message will pop up on the bottom of your screen saying that it was successfully installed. So there you go. And now we see we have two green buttons, meaning everything is set up properly and ready to go. Now to confirm this, what you can do is click on your reports and you will go to any report and click on the edit report function. Okay, and here you can see this report had the old default URL for hosting the report, but now what we're going to do is use our shortcode and we're going to inject a report URL, and now you can see this time it has HTTPS, which means the SSL is installed, and then r.hercmagnus.com. So I'm going to save that report. And now when I send the report, the user will actually see it, but they will now see it on your custom white label domain. And here you can see r.hercmagnus.com with the report loaded for Boston, George. So this shows you that you can host reports now on your own subdomain or domain of your choice. So that's how you set everything up. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to hit up our support desk. Thank you.